Did you know that A44's new game, Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, offers a possessed mode for hardcore players, but also a story mode for those who just want to enjoy the narrative? How cool is that?
Really? That's fantastic. I always found traditional Souls-like games a bit too punishing. This sounds way more accessible.
Exactly. Flintlock follows the path of its predecessor Ashen but goes even further in accessibility. It's launching multi-platform right from the start, on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series SX. Plus, it's available on Game Pass from day one.
Oh, that's convenient. It's nice to see a game that tries to cater to a wider audience. So what's the backstory here?
Well, the protagonist, Nor Vanek, is a sapper in an elite combat engineering unit called the Coalition. She was trained from a young age because she's a war orphan. The story kicks off with her adoptive father, Baz, going on a suicide mission to bomb the door to the Great Below to stop the flow of undead.
That already sounds intense. So what makes Flintlock stand out?
For one, it blends firearms and black powder weapons with magical beings. It's set in this unique world influenced by Mesopotamian, Egyptian, Middle Eastern, and New Zealander cultures.
That's a refreshing change from the typical medieval European settings. And what about the gameplay? Is it as challenging as a traditional Souls-like?
There are options here. You can choose Story Mode, which disables achievements, Normal for balanced yet challenging gameplay, and Possessed for that hardcore experience. And if you die, you have only one chance to recover your lost reputation before it's gone forever. But there's also handy fast travel and reloadable potions.
So it's embracing the Souls-like mechanics but offering more flexibility. I read something about the cast, too. The voices seem quite high profile.
Yes, Nor is voiced by Olive Gray, who played Miranda Keyes in the Halo TV series. Baz is voiced by Elias Toufexis, known for Adam Jensen in Deus Ex. And there's a fox-like god, Enki, voiced by Alistair Petrie from Rogue One.
That's quite a lineup. Speaking of Enki, I heard he's a god character but not annoying like Forspoken's Cuff.
Exactly. Enki actually adds to the story without becoming a nuisance. The narrative is told through conventional dialogue and cinematics, making it more engaging and easier to follow.
Sounds immersive. But what about the game length? Some action RPGs can be pretty short.
That's one of the downsides. The game is relatively short for an action RPG, about 14.7 hours if you complete all side quests. This could be a bit disappointing, especially if you're really enjoying it.
Oh, that's a bummer. And how about the game's visuals and performance?
The visuals are solid, powered by Unreal Engine 4, but they're not mind-blowing. A transition to UE5 could have really elevated it. Unfortunately, there are some performance issues, like stuttering, even on high-end PCs.
Stuttering can be really frustrating, but overall it sounds like a fun and accessible game.
Definitely. Flintlock. The Siege of Dawn manages to deliver a fun experience without the usual frustration associated with Souls-like games. The combat is enjoyable, and the fantasy setting is unique. However, it does leave you wanting more in terms of content.
Well, thanks for sharing this detailed overview, Tom. I'm definitely intrigued by Flintlock.
You're welcome, Lily, and thanks to our listeners for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to follow or subscribe for more deep dives into the latest games and trends. See you next time.
See you next time, and happy gaming!